Hello there and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Chesty Puller here with a video specifically for Kixeye. However, check it out. Maybe you've experienced some of these problems as well. I'll be submitting this video in a report to Kixeye. This is a simple base, but these are the kinds of problems that we've been having. The problems don't occur right at the beginning here. But I'll start to point them out in just a second here. One of the problems that we have right now, which is a constant problem at all times, is that if you have units on the move, in other words, if you have units being returned to your base or going to another base, if you enter your base while units are moving, you cannot access your platoons. It's completely locked up. You can't put anything into repair other than when you first enter your base and it says, would you like to repair your platoons? And you say start repair. That's all you can do. You can't access your platoons. You can't take anything out of a platoon. You can't stop repair on that platoon and start repairing on another platoon. It's completely lagged up and locked up. You'll notice that there's a lot of lag here, and this is a constant problem. I have a very fast computer and I have very good internet, and yet there's just constant lag. This lag is a problem, and I really do think that Kixeye should do something about it. I do demonstrate that when the platoons are moving, here you'll see it in a second. That when the platoons are moving, that you don't have any access to do anything in your platoons as far as repairing them or whatever. So you can see the lag here. You can see how difficult it is to move anything around. And you'll see here in a minute, one of the other problems is sometimes when you deploy your units, they're not actually functioning properly. And a good indicator of this is if your Darkstorm aura does not show up, then lots of things aren't working properly, and you're not getting all of your benefit of your platoons in the way that they're supposed to be working. A lot of times you'll see things not quite work out right. Well, yeah, you're right. They're not working out right. The only way to get it to correct itself is pretty much to restart your game. So right now I'm unaware of it, but things are really not working properly. You do notice a massive amount of lag. Now right here, I don't have any platoons moving, so I do have access to my platoons. You'll see this very clearly later on in the video that you don't have access to your platoons if your platoons are moving. So for instance, if I wanted to send one of my platoons back for a repair, all of a sudden I wouldn't be able to access my platoons. And I make that very easy to see here in a minute. And that's one of the main things that I think is a big problem. And that's one of the things I'd really like to see get fixed. You can see lag. You can see I called Romero back, and yet he went forward. There's this big delay here. Now here you'll see, how come my Darkstorm doesn't have an aura? And by the way, when your Darkstorm doesn't have an aura, you have no protection. It's really not there. There is no aura there. So I'm aware of this because I've got a lot of damage when the aura is not there. At first I was just assuming that the aura wasn't there, but it was actually operating properly. No, there is no aura, and it does not work properly. So I ended attack. I redeployed. That didn't work. I ended attack. And now I'll go ahead and redeploy again and see if maybe I can get my aura back. No, there's no aura at all. And therefore, that unit has no protection of range. And so, we'll try it again, I suppose, but I'm thinking maybe if I come back to my base and then exit my base and then go back into the base, maybe that will work. And this is the sort of thing that we have to deal with. So I come in here and everything has turned black. Now I know, okay, yeah, something's really wrong. So I think that what I'll do is restart. But just as I was restarting right there, it sort of locked up on me. And so now here we've got a extended period of time. This is how the loading takes place. A lot of times you'll just get a blank screen, and then a lot of times it just gets stuck right here. So we'll wait and see if this time it looks like it might start to load. Like, I really don't know what's going on over there at Kixeye, but they're working on a lot of things, and they're not working on the basics of the game. No offense, guys. I'm trying to show you what we experience on a daily basis, and getting that black screen there, that happens all the time. Getting no, you'll see here in just a minute, getting nothing at all, just like a blank map, that's a common thing. Also, the extended long load times. Sometimes this will last for a long time. I literally was going to pause my recording here, and eventually I did, because it just took so long to load. I eventually paused my recording, but I almost wanted you to see, what a typical reload time is. Imagine you're in the middle of an attack. You got a lot of tunes out there, and all of a sudden you get that blank screen or the black screen, and everything freezes up. And what usually happens at that point is it actually reloads for you. You don't even have to stop the game and reload it. I was seconds away from the game locking up. So if I had a platoon deployed, which happens all the time, a big massive platoon like one of my heavies, and then the game locks up and I'm in, like, say a challenge 4 or a Shadow Ops 4. I lose my platoon, and it's 19, 20 something hours, and I've really lost the desire to. I got them on video. I really lost the desire to even report these things, because until recently, I wasn't getting thoughtful responses. But I have to give it to you guys. I'm making the video today so that you guys can see some of these problems. Now, right here is where I pause it. It was taking so long, and it gets stuck on this loading screen for a long time, so I paused it, and then I restarted it. I know it's kind of boring, but I do want you to see, how long this takes. Now, imagine your platoon is in battle, and you're waiting. And when you come back, your platoon is completely destroyed. So here I go out to pretty much a blank map. And now I don't even know how much time that is. It's like something like a 7-minute load time or 6-minute load time or something. And I come back to a blank map. I can't do anything. I can't. Okay, now it allowed me to come over here to another blank map where all I can see is my platoons, and it'll eventually load. But this is kind of a new thing. This wasn't like this before. Um, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse with this lag. It's not my computer. I clear my cache. It's not on my end. This is I have multiple computers that I access this game from, and it's the same on all of them. This is a game issue. All right. So I'm assuming that I'll have my yep, got my aura back. Okay, so that's good news. It only took 7 minutes, and keep in mind also, some of these bases have a limited amount of time, and when you work that hard on the base and you get over to it and you get disconnected for 7 minutes, and then you get disconnected again for 7 minutes, and it's only a 25-minute base, you got to do the base in 10 minutes. It's not right. I hate the time limits that you put on these things, and the unfairness is with the lag, it's not really even 10 minutes. With the lag, you might as well consider this is an even shorter base. Some of these bases are 25 minutes and you get disconnected twice and you take a lot of damage. That's hard to take. I don't know if you can see, but it's still super laggy, and not not very responsive. I would say that lag is one of the, if not the biggest problem. It's a big problem. I accidentally targeted the antenna. I should have targeted the bunker right there. Then I would have taken out that Overwatch. I was trying to take out the Overwatch. On this other side, you can't get to the Overwatch without taking some damage from that avalanche. So, but on the first side there, you target the bunker. There's nothing really in that bunker that's going to hurt you. See the lag there? Because on just about everything I've got the zombifier, and that almost shuts the game down sometimes when those zombies come out. I didn't even get a chance to see the zombies because everything lagged up. It locked up there. Whenever I shoot something and the zombies come out, man, that is almost a positive point there where you're going to see the game practically shut down. And that shouldn't happen. Just because some zombies come out, that shouldn't shut the game down. It's ridiculous. I'm showing this video because I don't think that anyone has pointed these problems out. I don't think Kixeye is aware of it. But the lag, and the problems of things not operating properly. You can't say that the Darkstorm Aura has anything to do with my internet. You can't say it has anything to do with my... you saw how many times I tried to get my Darkstorm Aura to work. Now, this happens on a daily basis. The Darkstorm Aura doesn't work. Let's see here. And guys, this is just one easy base. Imagine in this happening for pretty much every base. Imagine this happening on difficult bases. This base to me is a pretty easy base, and you still got the problems. So imagine this happening on, say, a metal and oil 7, or a challenge 4, or a shadow ops 4. I honestly, I'm a level 46. Been doing this for many years. I think it's going on 7 years now. I don't actually remember the date that I started, but it's something like 7 years now. You used to have a thing on there which would show you how long you've been playing, and I haven't seen that in a while on the main page of the Kixeye website, but I haven't seen mine there in quite some time. So we're getting into the good part of the video right now, where I'm going to start to show you what I think is really something that you should be able to fix, and something that happened since about the last. It was right after an update. I remember it was right after an update. I don't think it was this last update. I think it was the update before this, and I couldn't figure out what was going on for a while. And I still think a lot of people aren't even aware of what's going on. But what it is when you are moving, when your platoons are moving on the world map, you have no control of your platoons in your base. And that is something that you need all the time. I'm sending something back to my base. I'm always got platoons on the move. And so this lag is crazy to me. So I'm opening this base up for somebody else. I'm going to let them have this base, and after it's all been cleared like that, just send in air. There's nothing left in there but the Jaggernaut itself. So just send some air in. You have to be careful if you use your siege squadron, because the Jaggernaut's going to shoot some of your Ravagers, and if that happens, that can actually take out your siege squadron. So just make sure your siege squadron is not in the wrong place at the wrong time. But so here's the meat and potatoes of this whole video. I've got platoons on the move. So I'm clicking on this right now and nothing is happening. I'm clicking and clicking and clicking. You notice it doesn't even come up with the white badge. I can't open anything. I can't do anything. It's like it's locked up. But if I were to stop this, and I do stop it, and go to the world map and stop those units from moving, then I can access this. Now, this isn't something that happens occasionally. This is 100% guaranteed. If you have a unit on the move on the world map, you see, I can't even close this thing, and I can't click on anything. I'm locked up. It's like your base is locked up. And I thought that this was originally, I just thought this was just a lag issue, but actually, now notice I clicked on that a long time ago, and I wasn't anywhere near my air platoon, and then it finally opened. So it is a lag, but it's a lag caused by units moving on the world map. This never happened before. You could have units moving around on the world map, but now this is, I believe, from the 2 updates ago, you cannot have anything moving on the world map. So I'm trying to exit here. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to click on the world map, and it is extremely slow. And I'm clicking elsewhere. I'm trying to close this thing up here. It's not closing. Eventually, I think it does close. There we go. Now it's closed. Now I can go to... okay, it went to the world map. I was nowhere near clicking on the world map. So I got one more unit coming. One more unit still on the move. By the time I get back to my base, it's entered my base. So now I've got no units moving. So let's see if we can still not get into our platoons. And no, guess what? The platoons work perfectly now. Well, a little slow, but actually now now I should be actually able to access my platoons. Yes, I can open them up. I can click on them. I'll be able to prove this again because I'll bring that last platoon back. And so once I click on to return or retreat the platoon, now I'm back into this. Now it doesn't matter if I go out on the world map and return the platoon, or if I recall the platoon from inside the platoon. Now you notice how the Air Tango is lit up, but I'm over here on Heroes and Romero. That's because it's super lag now. Super lag. Just because I'm bringing back or recalling a platoon. I can't open these things up. You really have no control over it. You sit there and you wait on top of it. So let's do a test here. Now you see I'm nowhere near where it says Nova there, but I mean it lit up Nova there because I was there at one point a minute ago. So I'm trying to exit out and get to the world map here so that I can stop the platoon. Okay. I'm going to stop it. And we'll come back in here. And now I'll have access to these things. If you need more proof than this, just do this on any account, because this works. This has been a problem for it seems to me like a couple of months now. So I can go in to my platoon now, which is something I wasn't able to do when the platoon that I was recalling was on the move. And that's just one platoon moving. And that's all that it takes. And we'll go ahead and we'll recall it again. Okay. Now it's lagged out and I can't even close this thing. I'm clicking on it to close it. As soon as the platoon is moving, I can't open or close or look at a platoon or start a repair on a platoon. I don't have a platoon that's damaged, but if I did, I could show you that I can't end repair on the platoon. I can't start repair on another platoon. I should do this. I mean, just have a couple of platoons when you guys are testing this damaged, and you'll see you can't open the platoon. Let's say you got 5 units in there, and they're all damaged with free repair, and you want to take them out and repair them one by one. You can't do it, because you've got a platoon on the move. And in a wartime, this is a war game. And in wartime, I've got platoons moving back to my base to be repaired. I've got platoons moving to certain bases that I want to attack. And you're it's like you're tied. You can't play this way. So I mean, now the platoon is back. It's back in there. It just got back in there right now, and it's very frustrating, guys. And this is something that really needs to be looked at, and this is something that really needs to be fixed. Also, you've seen the lag that we've got. You've seen the some of these problems. I don't know which ones you're aware of, but I hope you take a look at it. Thank you.